I've been in Rockland we've been in business for 21 years, so Friendly Restaurant has been around for that long. We're a family restaurant. We serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we just been here for a while, have a regular clientele, getting new clientele as we go along in the new development and stuff. It's great. We do takeout, delivery. We have a great team. We're one big happy family.
My dad was actually working here for 12 years, and then 2 years later I got on board, and I've been here for 10 years. We took over in November of 2018 after working here for a couple of years.
Business was great before COVID, excelling, doing well. It was always good, always on the climb, so it was great.
Well, I'd say the first 2 years were good until obviously COVID happened. I believe March 2020 was when we fully were into COVID, and that's when the sales started to sort of drop.
At first we were a little naive, didn't know what to expect, but then it all blew up and we were like, whoa.
So I had to lay off a good 80% of my staff. A lot of them stayed on, and a lot of them have told me that they're going to come back when we reopen. So staffing-wise, I'm actually very lucky that I'm not losing much staff.
So at the beginning, because it was so uncertain, I would say 90% of our staff were laid off at that point. It was more of a safety thing, I believe, at that point than it was more of a let's keep my job, because it was more of everybody was frightened and everybody was like, okay, I need to stay home, I need to quarantine, I need to, be safe. So mostly it was just our own family that was running the show. I had a couple of kitchen staff who stayed on at that time. I did offer some of the staff, though, to do, let's say, the phone shifts for takeout delivery, but it was one of those things I think people were just frightened and didn't know and didn't want to take that risk at that time.
For me, I'm actually, I'd say I'm pretty lucky. All my staff love working here. They're all good kids. They come from good households. And I'm very lucky when it comes to staffing, for sure, compared to other places.
It is definitely one of the problems, because I know that with the regular staff that I did have for several years, I've had staff who were with me for 15, 16, 17 years that never came back because it was just unpredictable. We didn't know whether one day we would be open, one day would be closed, so they wanted a job that had more stability. So they decided to move on, and that definitely has affected us.
Well, definitely all the CERB and the CRB and all the grants that were offered from the government, it doesn't help our society, right? Because kids were just relying on all that to survive, and then they would not want to go work, let's say, for example, a minimum wage job. Why would you want to go work a minimum wage job when you're getting $2,000 sitting at home?
The government needs to come up with a plan. Just like they bribed them to stay home with CERB, they need to bribe them to come back into work. So I feel they need to come up with a solution on that end of it.
Rockland and surrounding, the community is amazing. They show so much support to all the local businesses, not just here, but all the other restaurants, all the other businesses. For sure, Rockland is up there, if not number one, for showing support to local businesses.
I think it's super important to support our small businesses and to support our restaurants by coming out and dining out. I mean, they've really been treated unfairly since the pandemic started, and it's we're lucky that so many of our businesses in Clarence Rockland have been able to stay open.
It feels so great because the food is good here, the sun is shining, and it's been so long that we weren't able to come. So happy all the time.
Being caged up is too long is not good for anybody.
The winter was really rough, and then not being able to go out, see friends, so bad. So just being able to sit down, pretty good.
Well, it's been going on for 2 months over, and it's about time for them to make some money. If not, we're going to lose all our local business.
It's about time, sir.
I think our friends here need our support.
Them only doing takeout it's been all right, I'm sure, for them, but not as great as being widely open as this again and really getting customers. Yeah, truly.
We needed to see our friends. Life has to start all over again. We have to start.
Parce que c'est important pour la municipalité qu'on ait des commerces, qu'on ne soit pas obligé de se déplacer ailleurs.
oh yeah, get out the house and see some people and have a nice breakfast. It's been a while. It's been a couple months now, eh? So we enjoy. Oh, there's my breakfast. Look at that. I'm gonna enjoy that for sure.
There's a particular restaurant that I love going to that I think they had to shut down, right? So it's pretty important for people to come out and support if you can. Just do it.
So another way that we're trying to get them back is just putting ourselves back out there, reminding them that we are here for them. We are still following protocols to feel safe to come back into the restaurant industry. Yes, it's just patio for now, but we're still doing what we need to do in order for you guys to come in and feel safe. So you don't need to stay home. You can come back out. Let's try and get back to normal. We'll do the best that we can to, alleviate some of that stress for you.
It's been 3 months that we haven't served people, so it's going to be tough at first because right now we're only used to takeout and delivery. So gotta get back into the swing of things. I'm sure it's going to be crazy as well. People are going to have to wait, and everyone just needs to be patient, and that's the way we're going to get back to the normal.
It's been more than a year that we haven't had our normal routine. It definitely has changed people, on top of the pandemic, changing people's way of thinking, and people need to be more cautiously aware of what they're saying to people. They need to be more kind. They need to be more grateful. We are just like you. We have to serve you, but at the same time, we've got our own stresses going on. We definitely need that courtesy because it is hard to come back out and start working. It is difficult. It's difficult for me as an owner, and it's definitely difficult for my staff. I know, and I'm trying to motivate them as best as possible to want to come into work so that we can open and that we can resume to normal. I am at shorter hours at the moment because of that. It is a staffing issue, so I'm not able to open at 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 at night. I'm opening at 11 till 8 for now. Weekends, I will open my normal hours, which is 8 to 8. But definitely, staffing is the issue. And, when the staff do come into work, they don't want to be harassed by clients, being demanding. You got to understand, we're on the patio. We have to go inside the restaurant every single time somebody asks for something. So, you just be kind and be curious about what you're saying and what you're doing. And just, we are here to serve you, but at the same time, just be gentle.
I don't think that we'll ever have a new, like a normal again. I think it's COVID's here to stay. I believe that, like me personally, my opinion, I think we're gonna have to have booster shots every year, like the flu and all that. But other than that, I don't think we'll ever have a normal again.
Honestly, if you were to ask me that question 6 months ago or a year ago, I probably said it would have changed forever. It definitely has changed. It's not the same. But as with everything, I believe everything will go back to normal in a few years. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be in 6 months, but I can see it in a few years going back to normal. I mean, it has changed. You have people who have changed. There's going to be at least 10 or 20% that'll stick to online ordering or sticking to takeout and not doing that because they're afraid or that's just the new way or the easier way for them to do so. But I'm hoping to, because I want to keep my doors open and keep some employees that are going to stay on and want to be staffed and continue moving forward, creating jobs for people. I don't want to close my doors.